Then you were in administrative segregation, which is basically the whole, for how long?
Like 10 years.
10 years.
The
And
security housing unit.
And then that's where you had the next encounter with the Lord?
So I'm a crossword puzzle guy, and I love crossword puzzles, man. I'm one of these days, I swear, I'm going to get the New York Times one. I'm going to get it. But I've had like a 25-year battle with that thing, and I haven't got it yet. But I'm a fighter. I'm going to stick it out. But I went into the Bible to find an answer to a crossword puzzle. And I ended up reading about the prodigal son and the good shepherd. And I'll never forget, man, I just thought to myself, man, I wonder what it would be like to have somebody love me that much. Because everything in my life at that point, it had sharp edges to it, or it was transactional. If you do this, I'll be there for this. And it was like, I never really had something that I felt was true love. It was always something, it was always
conditional.
Yeah, fraudulent, conditional, So, and I was a kid that, like, when people would say, hey, Mikey, I love you, I'd be like, we'll see about that, So I had a very, very negative self-view. So I was always just like, I took the worst path possible. And so a few years later, I heard God's voice for the first time and knew that it was God's voice. And I just knew it. And it wasn't an audible voice. It was a picture. It was like he gave me an understanding, a revelation of something. And I knew it came from God. And I was like, oh my God. And it struck me because I'd heard that voice before. Matter of fact, I've heard that voice a lot in my life. But it was always that voice telling me the things I didn't want to hear. Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. Come here, son. And it was like,
you were drawn to the evil,
right.
The sin in you pulled you.
Yes. And as Paul says in Romans, I do what I do, and the more I try not to do it, the more I end up doing it. I'm just a sinful dude. It's my nature. That's what I am, and I embraced it. And I was like, yes. I didn't care. I was like, yes. I was an agent of that. But when I heard God's voice that time, it broke something in me. And it was something good that it needed to happen, because it broke that.
A lot of people were praying for you.
It broke that hold that the evil had on me, because now I felt like I belonged. That's my Father, and He spoke to me. I've never been alone. He's been there with me all along. I just didn't pay attention. And it felt so good that after everything I'd done, I've stabbed people, I've shot people, I've done some terrible things in my life. I've done a lot of robberies, I've done a lot. To have somebody still love me through all of that was something that to this day, I feel humbled and grateful for. Because I'm still not I'm a man, I do what I do. But to have that sense of belonging to some was so comforting to me that I said, you know what? I got down on my floor of my cell. And I proned out. I got as low to the ground as possible. And I told God, this ain't a deal. I'm not making any deals with you. I'm just saying, hey, God, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what to do, but I just don't want to do this anymore. I can't. My heart's not in this, and I can't do another day of this. I cannot live this way again.